Welcome back to another episode of the Nurse Aspect where we assess and evaluate. Today we have on the show Nurse Lateasha, my Bill, my little chocolate drop. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm
Good.
feeling good.
I'm gonna do it. Why'd you get into nursing?
She said, I'm not even going to waste no
We
time.
not even wasting no time.
Oh my gosh. I got into nursing. I started off as a PCA and I just being around other nurses and patients and realized that actually this is a field I want to pursue. I was good at what I did, and I got a lot of people that tell me that I should become a nurse. So I'm like, you know what? I think I want to do this, and I just decided that I'm gonna go to nursing school, and that was 2014, I think. Yeah, 2014. I think I went back to school
Okay.
after being a PCA for almost God knows how long.
You don't gotta show your age, girls.
Yeah.
Okay? It's alright. Don't even worry
Yeah,
about
I was
it.
a PCA for a little minute.
A little minute.
A little minute. Yeah.
All right, well, you here. Did you like get an associate's degree or did you like do a bachelor's? Like what did you do?
So what I did was an accelerated 2-year program. I don't really recommend people to do it, but I just was
Why?
like, it's very it's I cried every day.
Really?
Yeah, I cried every day. It's very, you have like a test every week. It's like things that they want to do in 4 years, they're pushing it in 2 years, 2 years with the classes. So I decided to do it that way because I just don't want to wait for anything. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it this way. And I ended up doing it like that, and then I ended up doing my BSN online with Chamberlain. And of course, the great thing about nursing is that you can even get more degrees and go further along. So the goal is eventually to get my master's. I started traveling nursing, so I've been chilling with the traveling for the past 3 years.
Let me tell y'all something. Okay, when I met this girl, okay, I was like on working on you and like, okay, so I'm making about a third less. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong?
It was, listen.
And also, let me tell you, actively, my girl is on vacation like all the time. Literally came back from vacation last week.
I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then travel's still a thing.
It's I will say this though, travel nursing is not for the weak. I went into travel nursing because I'm like, to me, I looked at it like, oh, this is an adventure. And then I saw everybody was making so much money. So I said, I'm about to do that too. Like,
Sign
I'm
me
about
up.
to do it.
Yeah.
Sign me up. And I'm a random ass individual. So I did my first contract in St. Louis, Missouri. Do I recommend? I just don't go.
Don't go to Missouri. Don't go to St. Louis.
Don't go to St. Louis. But I did it. That was my first travel contract.
Is it like is the hood?
Let me tell you something. You know New York City got the hoods.
Because I was just going to say, because we're from New York.
The hoods out in New York City, outside of New York City, is different. Like, they was like, don't go to East St. Louis. I stood my black ass right where I was supposed to. Didn't go to nobody's East St. Louis. I wasn't trying to see East St. Louis. I wasn't even trying to even know what East St. Louis was. So, but it was a very eye-opening experience. I guess I didn't really know what to expect when I did my first travel contract, but it was they treated me like shit.
Yeah?
They treated me horribly. And remember, you're going somewhere and it's predominantly white, so I had to deal with Ferguson is around there too, so I had to deal with, they were still dealing
like
with the things
protesting
with
and stuff.
with Ferguson, and then it was just very like the energy was very weird. Like it just I can't really describe it, like a very unsettling energy there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm doing my 13 weeks and I'm
out.
I'm out of here, yeah. So,
dang,
I know.
that's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah, random.
What was the best place you went to? Like,
I have none.
Zero?
Zero. I will. Okay. I will say this: out of all the hospitals that I worked for, right, it's crazy because I had a 360 moment where the hospital that I started off as a PCA, I took a travel contract there. Should I say the name?
No, we're not gonna say
We're
no
not
names.
gonna say the
We're
name.
not gonna say no names.
I
No.
will, but that particular hospital, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you just don't know. That specific hospital, I will say, has way more structure than a lot of the hospitals that I worked for. Cleaner, like the grass really ain't greener on the other side. People think it
Wow.
is, yeah, and it's a very humbling experience when you see like, wow, like this hospital actually is a pretty damn good hospital considering, like, yeah, so.
Wow.
Yeah, so shouts to them. Might gonna
Okay.
say our name, but if you know, you know. But shouts to them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. All right. I mean, so you still traveling now?
So I just took a contract in the city.
Mm-hmm. How we feeling about that?
It's
Well,
so.
actually, before you tell me that, like, are what working as a contract, like, what area of nursing are you working in?
So my specialty is med surg tele. But going to these different hospitals, I'm ICU, I'm step down, I'm PACU, I'm everything under the sun. The good thing about travel nursing is it really created a different type of beast in me. So any situation I get into, like I'm not even phased. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done a lot of things out of the scope of my practice. I do not recommend people to do so because this is your license and you've worked very hard for it. But I'm confident in my skill set and everything like that. So, you know,
Okay. So
even L&D, I was a little L&D
I was
nurse
I
too.
was just about to ask you. So reason
I
being L&D.
I delivered a baby or two. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Not you being an all around nurse.
all around, baby, all around.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know all that. I promise
Uh-huh.
you. So for those that don't know, I work in L&D now, and I promise you, I remember the first time that I got an L&D patient when I was working on telly, and I was talking to the nurse. She was giving a report, and I'm just like, "Are you staying here? Because you talking about doing fundal checks, and I have no idea what's the fundus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm not present. What am I looking for? What are you staying here?
Where am I putting the fetal monitor? Like, what do we do?
What's going on? I mean, like the patient literally had just had her baby, literally just had her baby, and she was coming there to be monitored on telly because she was not on her medication. That was pretty much whatever. But I was just like, so you're fresh, like newborn is an hour old, like
Yeah, still
okay,
got
so
still got the what is it, the erythromycin,
yeah,
that
no,
ointment
it's
in
still
the
goopy
eyes
from that.
still.
Yeah, still goopy from that. Like, we're starting breastfeeding. Couldn't even tell you. So
Yeah, I
you
got a
want me
latch.
to? Who's here? Who's gonna be here? Because baby,
Somebody's gonna help me.
I are we
Yeah.
slow? No, I'm not doing it. But yeah, like L&D, I will say is a special.
Definitely is. Shout outs to all the L&D nurses.
That is crazy that you was
Yeah,
delivering.
I
What?
swear I delivered like a baby or two. I thought it was the craziest thing. And it was a blessing too because this lady spoke not a lick of English, but but I delivered the baby, like, so. I said one thing
Wow.
about nurses, like yeah, we're beasts. We definitely are. And if you don't, like I said, if you don't know, you don't know. Like, if you know, you know, you don't. Nursing is very, like, it's a very multifaceted profession.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do bedside, which is the beauty of it. But if you are a bedside nurse, shout outs to all my bedside nurses because it is not a walk in the park. These patients are sicker, they're younger, and you're seeing a lot of things, and you're just like, wow. But yeah.
You know, that is so true. I will say, like, in the hospital nowadays, you definitely have patients that are coming in like 21,
Mm-hmm.
like, heart failure at 21. It's like
Renal
crazy.
failure. Like, how you
Dialysis, like,
on hemodialysis and you so young?
it's wild.
It's
wild.
it's very
wild.
eye opening. Or
Yeah.
even the ones that the high blood pressure, hypertension. Like,
Yeah.
why is your blood pressure 200?
Yeah. And the thing is that they're not even knowing. And,
Asymptomatic.
yes, and honestly, it's so sad to say, but like a lot of it be our people,
That's
like,
a hello.
and I feel like it's one, are we getting your primary care? Like, we notoriously don't go to the doctor often.
And
or
love
whatever.
a fried chicken.
Okay.
And love a greasy stuff. And love this fried. And love this. And these big seafood boils.
Mhm.
And these sweets. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no, it's crazy. It's very crazy. But I will say, like, I love showing up for our community. I used to feel like, I used to come into work thinking like, of course you're gonna stick me with the black patient, or whatever, thinking that like, why y'all can't take care of everybody, But honestly, it changed my perspective where now that I had experience, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, no, give me that patient. I will take care. It's important to show up for your community. It is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially doing this really opened up my eyes to how we are treated in healthcare. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen it from both sides of the spectrum. And the biggest thing for me is to being the voice of the voiceless.
Yeah.
I know a doctor hate to see me coming. Straight up. Straight up. I'm on your skin because I need this order, I need this. Like I've seen people, nurses who abuse their power
Yeah.
to the defenseless. And I don't like bullies. I do not like bullies.
Yep.
Bullies make my skin itch. So when you are a nurse and you're using your power to do that to somebody, you're a bully and it's disgusting. And I've seen it too many times. And this is what keeps me going because I was just days where I'm just like, well, why am I doing this and everything like that. Like I'm just like, oh my God, I'm tired. But then you get that patient and then you remember why you're doing it.
Yeah. No, and it humbles you too. I used to always the other thing that used to bother me too is like I would get the worst assignment, or whatever, especially when you're new or people are playing favorites or being bullies on the floor or whatever. But it always ends up working in your favor,
Oh,
because
God
it's
don't
just like,
sleep.
yeah, because then I end up with like, you know what? I actually was meant to be this patient's nurse because
That part.
they needed, whatever. And then, most of the times, like, I feel like when people do manipulation in that kind of sense, okay, so now you end up with a heavier assignment. Is that the problem now? Like, what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
man.
so it ended up working out. But I feel like it's so important to advocate
Yes.
for every patient. But I also feel like, especially when you're working in a hospital where you're the minority and you have a minority patient, it's so important to actually be there and stand up for that patient and provide care. Like, a lot of times, like sometimes like you see those patients that comes in and like, let's say it's a black patient, you have a white nurse, like they're not really attentive. Oh, like, oh, this person's bringing in again, or like it's just like certain things. But if you literally take that same exact patient but just change the color of the skin,
Oh, you'd see it be a different, their whole attitude.
totally different. Now we're doing foot massages. Now
Oh,
we're doing,
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, what's the difference exactly? Like, what's the problem? Not to make this a whole black and white episode, but it's just like, that's kind of crazy, So it's so important to show up for your patient. It's important to
Absolutely.
have that um, representation. Having healthcare providers that are in the
That
same
look like you.
demographic as you
Oh
is
yeah.
so
Oh
important.
yeah.
So
The
important.
patients, I can't tell
It's so
you.
important on where you go, like the treatment. Like, I will say, I had, this is like totally not where I thought I was going to go with this today, but I had a patient. I even want to say, let me not say too much for it to be sounding crazy, but I had a patient. She was a minority, didn't really speak English like that. Comes into the hospital and she's trying to give up her baby. Like, she was not, it just was not working. She could not afford it. She didn't want to do an abortion, nothing like that. She kind of found out late, actually, that she was pregnant, but she was like, she's still going to go through with it, but she just could not keep the baby. Like, nothing was wrong with the baby. She was not on drugs. She was not on anything. Literally comes to the hospital to give up her baby. Comes in, and she has a small child also with her. She doesn't have any help at all. Like, her closest friend lives in a different state, like, and she obviously, like, if you're coming to give birth, a child can't be in there. Like, you can't, like, if there's an emergency, whatever. Um, she was told that, like, we'll help you out, like, it's okay, whatever. The social worker comes up after she just delivers this baby and is reaming her out, talking about, you know, you're a terrible mom in relation to the other kid who she's taking care of. And I just feel like if we were in a different hospital, if she was in a hospital that had more of her demographic present, I don't feel like she would have had that kind of treatment. Now, I will say that there were other providers that stood in the gap for her, like, and was just like kind of shut that down. but it just was so like alarming. And I remember doing like my clinicals and stuff at other different hospitals, and you would never ever see anything like that. You know what I mean? But like
Mm-hmm.
the hospital setting that she was in
Mm-hmm.
was not even used to like coming, where even though we're a safe haven, coming to the hospital to like give up your baby, it's not a common thing there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At other hospitals where it is, you wouldn't see, like, the treatment would have definitely been totally
Oh,
different.
completely different.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, it's so important that like the hospital you go to, it does make a difference. And it
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't, but it does.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Big time. And I can't tell you, there's been too many stories of seeing people that look like us being treated so bad, their pain not being taken seriously.
Right.
It's and that's the number one thing. I don't know what is this preconceived notion that we can deal with pain more or something or whatever the case is,
It
but
doesn't, especially
for
like
the
sickle cell. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen them prescribe a patient in sickle cell crisis, a black patient, Tylenol.
Tylenol
What are we doing with Tylenol in a sickle cell crisis when I see patients on a dilated drip?
for less. For less. I've seen patients on dilaudid for less.
And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right. Right. And they'd be like, and like, it's just it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that that is what people have to go through to the hospital. And a lot of times too, like not necessarily in terms of people who are in sickle cell crisis, because they've likely have been to the hospital many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
But especially coming to the hospital, like especially for people in our demographic who already don't go to doctors like that,
Mm-hmm.
likely the time like you come to the hospital is your first time,
Mm-hmm.
and being treated like that, it's
a lot.
it's so crazy.
And then you're like, this is why I don't come, this is why I don't go to the doctor. And
Right.
it's just like,
Right. Right. But back to nursing.
mm-hmm.
So you said you want to get a master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with that?
I am looking. I have so many friends that's in MP school now, and they're doing psych. I think I'm going to do FMP. I want to have more of a broader spectrum to practice. I don't want to just be confined into one thing. And psych make my head hurt, honestly. Shout out to my psych nurses. If you in psych, big you up. But psych, you got to be a special type of individual to be able to deal with psych.
I'm gonna agree.
Listen, I'm
tenfold.
I'm
Tenfold. You're saying something to me, and I'm just like, I might as well be speaking, because same.
It's
Psych?
You a different type of breed to deal with psych. Like
The simple balancing of medications.
That part.
On top of actually
On
dealing
top
with
of-
the actual psych diagnosis,
That part.
and probably
And
there's
they're
more than one.
tweaking- Yeah, and they're tweaking medication, so you got to like deal with that patient until they get the right tweaking of the medication. Listen,
Keep me at bedside forever.
Big up to
Keep me
y'all.
at bedside forever. If you talk about, if you're talking about, oh, you got to go to psych, or it's the or for me.
Nah, I'm
It's
gonna
the
always
or.
take the or.
It's the or, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just send me the or. Send me the or.
Yeah.
I won't even. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's. So I'm gonna do. I said FMP. It gives me a broader, to be able to practice. I'm still a little undecided on what I want to do with my FMP. I don't want to do an ambulatory situation where I'm in one of them ambulatory clinics and I'm working 5 days a week, 9 to 5. I'm sorry. As a nurse with these 3 days a week, I know everybody's like, oh, you work 12 hours. Yeah, but I have like 4 or 5 days off.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. I have like 4 or 5 days off. So
Don't
when
sign
you
me up
want to
for
hit
8-hour
me,
shifts.
don't sign me up for no damn 8-hour shifts.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you no. I keep it 12s. Give me my 3 days in a row. Let me get tortured for my 3 days in a row.
Yo, look, can we talk about that? 'Cause
Please.
let me tell you, I cannot stand breaking up my 3 days.
Don't do that to me.
Don't
do
if
that
you
to
don't
me.
if you don't get out my face,
Just stop.
give me the 3 days in a row.
Let me. I know what I'm getting for these 3 days. Let me deal with it. Let me get my
I'm coming in.
torture.
Yeah.
And that way I have like a good next like little 3 days that I could chillax.
Yeah.
Sleep 1 day away. And then my other 2, I'm up and about chilling, doing what I gotta do. But when you wanna do 2 nights on, 1 night off, It's just like, you might as well put me on for the whole
Yo.
week. Just put me on for the whole entire week.
Yo, just like honestly, I just feel like when I used to, so like I used to have to do 4 days, you know, whatever, like once a month or whatever, which is so ridiculous to me.
It
like
really is. Like,
that
who came up with that
who
rule?
the hell came up with that?
Talk about something. You have to do a 4th day.
What?
I have to do what?
A
Says
4th
who?
day is so ridiculous.
Says who?
And that messes up my schedule. But when I tell you, I used to do my 4 days in a row. But then when I went to labor and delivery, they don't do that. Like, you know, so like they have their own rules there. So it's like you have to split it up. So then it messes up your week. So it's like, okay, so let's say I have my 3 days in a row and I stack them up nicely. Here comes my 4th day now. So like, let's say I'm working. So it's like Sunday, Monday, I'm off the middle of the week. Then Friday, Saturday, then I'm off Sunday for the
Then
one
you
night,
gotta
and
work.
so I'm off for one. So to me, being
Yeah.
off for that one day in
It's just-
between, whether it's in between a 3 day or that 4 day, whatever nonsense, I'm telling you, it feels like a 30-minute break. I just went on a 30-minute break and I'm back here.
It feels like one of the 30s that you have to.
It's so annoying. Like get
It's
the
just-
4th day out of
yeah,
here.
nah.
Like as a nurse, like
Seriously.
the nurse
seriously.
aspect committee. Okay, get the 4th day out of here.
Get it out of here.
Get it out of here.
We don't
Like,
want to see a 4th day.
take a hike. Take a hike. I don't even
Go away.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. But yeah, no. I'd rather like be do my 3 days in a row. Don't
That's
break them.
it.
Don't break them joints
Don't.
up.
Give
Don't
'em
break
to
them
me.
up. Give them
to
a
me.
row.
That's it.
That's like I don't understand. People be like, "Oh, I'm so tired."
I'll be tired.
I'll be more
I'll be
tired breaking it up.
I'll be tired. I did my 3rd last night, and let me tell you something. I was
Same.
miserable, but guess what? I had my 3 days off.
Exactly.
I had my 3 days off.
I ain't coming back here.
I ain't coming back.
I ain't coming
Y'all
back
ain't
here.
seen me back until the middle of the week.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh,
And really,
yeah.
honestly, if I really do it right, y'all don't see me till Thursday.
Hello.
Actually. Okay. But yeah, no, that's the whole vibe. I literally can't even stand that. It's so annoying. Oh God. Anyways. So do you have like any in your whole like nursing journey, what is like one of the worst things or worst experiences you had in your nursing journey? Like something that
I've
like
dealt
you
with
feel like
racism. I think racism is the
worst?
Got to be worse, and I've dealt with it in pretty much a few of the states that I've been to, because I kept it on the East Coast. I didn't venture too far out. I wish I would have went to Cali and all that other places, but whatever. But going up north to like Massachusetts. I went to New Hampshire. Girl, I went to New Hampshire. When I tell you there's no black people in New Hampshire, it's like 2. And when I tell you they was looking at me like I was like an alien or something. And I did a shift. It's crazy. The specific hospital too wants me to come back, and I keep saying, hell no, I'm not going back to that hospital. But a patient said something racist to me. And this is this. I said, racism isn't taught. Racism is taught. It is taught. It's you know, it's hard to not go back to the black white thing, but I can say that like black people don't teach their kids to be racist. So when you're sick and you can still manage to be that mean and disgusting while being sick, it says a lot about your character. And this specific patient had a TBI and still managed to say something super racist to me. And actually, he kicked me. Kicked. I went to go render care. The PCT was in the room, and he said, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but he said something so vile to me and kicked me.
You didn't fall on the floor?
I didn't fall. I, like, went back into the wall a little bit, but I took my gloves and walked out the room. Because I'm just not going to deal with it or anything like that. Like, you're sick and you can still be that way, then I don't need to be your nurse. Let somebody else do it.
Did you do like an incident report?
I absolutely did. I absolutely did, and I took the next day off. Take your mental health days. Let me tell you something. These people will replace you in a heartbeat. If you feel like you just need a break, call out of work. Call out. I'm team call out. I'm sorry. I don't care. I said, I tell you, I cried. And I laugh. It's not funny, but it's funny because, I put them tears to work. I can't come in. I'm so traumatized. Yeah.
First of all, not the voice. Not the voice to match the tears.
Sure did. I was boo-hooing on that phone. And so I got like a day off and everything like that. Was it? I think it might have been a day or 2 days off.
What was like, just because I'm like, I'm interested in whatever, but what was like the unit's response or the hospital's response to that?
Like, I'm a
Foolishness?
traveler. They don't care that much. They only care enough to cover their behinds. They only care enough to cover their behinds. They don't care that much. So I got my little 2 days off and it was just back to the regularly scheduled program. It wasn't like, and one person, how I could tell you they really didn't care too is that like after it was all said and just that some of the managers' actions after was just like very questionable or whatever. And I had to kind of puff my chest out like I'm not no punk asshole. You're not gonna sorry. I don't know if I can sorry. I had to like kind of let them know like no, I'm gonna speak up. You're not gonna just do what you want to me. So even after that, like their response, just how they treated me, and it was just
Did you stay like finish your whole entire contract
I
after that?
did because I'm not a quitter. I did. I have walked out of one contract, but for the most part, any contract I'm in, I finish it.
What happened with the contract that you worked out on?
They tried to play me.
How?
They tried to play me. They tried to give me 6 patients, and everybody else have 4. I said, y'all be good. Y'all have fun with
y'all
that.
don't need me.
I said, y'all have fun with that. This is this is what we have to deal with. Like, it was like a unit, and it's like they had like spine patients, and it's like a special precautions with any patient that has spinal surgery. You gotta they gotta lay flat. You gotta log roll them, all that other type of stuff. But here's the thing though. You got 3 of them patients, and then I got 6 med surg patients. No. We're not gonna do that. So they tried to play me, and I put my jacket on, and I said, "All right, y'all have a good night."
Was this at the start of
I
the
didn't get
shift?
report. I did. Yeah, I didn't. They tried to hit me with you abandoned your patients. Let me tell you something. I didn't get report. So you can't say that's abandonment if I didn't sit and get bedside report from the previous nurse. So it wasn't abandonment. It was me not taking your shit. Ooh, sorry. Me not taking your nonsense. And So I walked out and I went home, and
That was the end of the contract?
that was the end of the contract. They ended my
Yo, I'm crying.
I tried to report for duty. They was like, no, you won't. It was cool. It was. Listen,
You tried to report for duty after that?
Listen, after I walked out, I was like, damn. I was like, this is actually around Christmas time too. I'm like, I'm gonna screw my money up. I'm like, you know what? All right, let me let them know, like, all right, I'll make the day up or whatever. I tried. They was like, you don't have to come back. I said, all right, I ain't gonna come back anyway. You can keep your little job. I don't want it anyway. Keep them 6 patients. I don't want to come back anyway. Yeah, it was so crazy because, and that was the hospital that I actually worked in L&D, and they loved me in L&D. They wanted to hire me in L&D, but they were paying more in the med surg. I said, well, med surg is my specialty, and I want more money.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the money. So I ended up, for the second part of my contract, signing up to do med surg float.
Okay.
I should have just stayed in L&D. They loved me in L&D, but yeah.
That is hilarious.
And tried to go back to work.
You
like,
ugly anyways.
Like every day.
That's exactly what it's given.
That really is. You're not cute anyway. Shoot, I didn't like you anyway to begin with. Sure did.
Wow.
Sure did, yeah.
That is so funny.
So,
If you could give like a tip to either your former self or maybe other traveler, or if you're looking back like you wish that somebody had told you this, what piece of advice could you give to nurses out there?
I would definitely tell nurses, if don't get into nursing for the money. You really have to have a passion for this. It's a very mentally exhausting job, and I always say people that don't work in healthcare will never understand the life of a nurse. I always hear these bad things about us, and it's just like, oh, we're hard to date, and it's just like, nah, we're bosses. That's really what it is. Like, we're not gonna take no BS. And we deal with a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So it's good when you actually are friends with other nurses outside of work that you can vent to. I highly, highly recommend make sure you have other nurse friends, because other nurse friends is going to understand what you have to deal with. But don't get into nursing for the money. Make sure you really, really, really have a passion to to take care of people, because it's no amount of money is gonna get you back your mental health. None. And don't let none of these senior nurses bully you either, because there's a lot of bullies in nursing. There's
There
a lot
is.
of, and again, I don't like bullies, but there's a lot of bullies in nursing. A lot of the senior nurses are bullies, and we get it. You know everything, whatever. But it's just like, take some of these nurses under your wings and teach them, because I really wish I had a nurse to take me under her wing and really teach me a lot of what I know. I had to learn on my own, and I had to learn being in different scenarios, being in different situations. Like, I'm very passionate about my job, and my passion can come across as me being a little bit of a B word sometimes, but I don't play with my patients. I don't play with my patients at all. And I'm a damn good nurse, so I go very hard for my patients, and I'm very passionate. So have a passion for nursing. Don't be in it for the money, and don't be bullied by these senior nurses. A lot of them are miserable too.
Okay.
Hello.
Period.
Speak on
Period.
it. A lot of them are miserable. Retire. Okay. You can retire. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you. Like, Florence Nightingale, she's okay. Like, going ahead, but yes, and travel nurse.
Not move
Cause
around.
they be swearing.
Move around.
No, cause they be acting like we still wearing skirts and hats and stuff. It's like
With the candle.
with the kid. Girl, it's 2024. Like, y'all need to really like calm.
Paper chase is over,
down.
boo. It's over, boo.
It's
Okay.
over. It's over. It's new. It's new. It's real new. But yeah. But I would definitely, yes, just have a passion for what you do, and don't be bullied, and ask questions. Do not hesitate to ask people questions. I used to be like, oh, I don't want to ask no questions. I don't want to sound stupid. It's no stupid question. Nurses do not know everything. I'll be the first to tell you I don't know everything. And if I'm comfortable with somebody and I know they're not going to judge me, I'm going to be like, yo, listen, such and such, I have a question about this. And I've been a nurse for 7 years, and I still have questions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I haven't seen, and I'm like, what is this?
Right.
But
What's the
YouTube,
saying? They say, he who knows everything knows nothing at all.
hello,
Okay.
because yeah, and people that think that they know it all don't know not a
Nothing. And honestly,
not
they
a
be looking real
dent.
dumb.
Looking
real dumb on the streets.
real. Like,
Yeah.
did you buy your license?
Yeah.
Type.
It's giving Florida. It's
It's
giving Florida
giving-
license. Okay. Okay. I listen and I
It's-
judge.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm judging.
Yeah.
I'm judging.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But thanks so much for stopping by.
Yes, thank you
My
for
little chocolate
having
drop.
me. Yes, my left titty.
Come back again, okay? Whenever you want to
will.
share the Boku dollars, okay? If you want to
Yo,
upgrade the set, or you know what I'm
listen,
saying?
I said,
I'm open for a Range Rover if you want to, sponsor that.
listen, I got you. I said I'm gonna start selling feet pics on the side too, because
That's fine.
they willing.
How
The
can I
way they
profit from it?
taxing,
How can I
they
profit?
taxing these dollars, yeah.
I could put up a
okay.
feet post
Let's
for
sell
like
a couple.
a nurse aspect feet post.
Just
Guess
a
whose toes
little.
are these?
Hello,
Yeah.
guess who? Guess who?
Omega